Heidi ho everybody. Today's daily pattern is one called amoeba. We're continuing with the pattern of A named Tangles by Dorothy Allison. Super simple one, it looks like. Step number one, you draw sort of an arch, not quite all the way around like a circle, but pretty close, pretty big arch. And then you draw two more, right? And then you connect those arches with an arch going the other way. So you get this sort of three-leafed kind of a shape. And then you draw more of them and they're touching somewhere. And you fill in between, do a little shading, and you have these little organic, almost popcorn looking amoeba shapes, right? Amoeba. So this one looks like it should be fairly simple to do. I'm going to follow exactly the step-by-step and then see if I end up going more organic with it. But so almost a circle, almost a circle, almost a circle, and then connect these guys this way. And then you do that again. Almost a circle. Something like that, and you just keep going. So we're just going to fill this space sort of randomly. Suppose you could start here and just draw the shape, but that wouldn't be quite the same, I don't think, right? And if I started here and I went almost a circle and then in, and then almost a circle and then in, and then almost a circle and then in. It's not exactly the same as that. This is more exacting, but I kind of like this better because you knew I would. And I have less start and stop spots with my pen, which always makes me happier when I have where I can disguise those. So I'm going to do that again. Almost a circle, and then this way, and then almost a circle, and then this way, and then almost a circle, and then that way, like that. Yep, that's the way I want to draw them. As long as you have the three lobes, you've got the gist of the tangle here. This is fun. Very organic. You can see why as a step out you would have to draw it with those steps though, because if you just said just draw this shape, it wouldn't be a step out. It would be just a shape, and it might be difficult for people to see that shape. So if you do the half circle and then this going the other way, and then the almost a whole circle, and then going the other way, and then almost a whole circle, and connecting it up. Okay, I think that's enough little amoeba-like things. I'm not going to spend my time coloring in the background black, but I will put some stripey, which will do the same sort of thing. It will tell the eye that that is the background. Just filling in. Make sure you're deliberate with your strokes to your starting and stopping. So they're not just sort of, I mean, they're placed randomly, but they're not random strokes. They're deliberate strokes. You've put your pen down on purpose, and you've picked it up on purpose, and you started and stopped in places where you want to start and stop, rather than just kind of flicking your pen. That's what I mean by making a deliberate stroke. So the placement can be random, but the stroke itself is deliberate. Not sure if that makes any sense, but there we go. And I think I might do some dots leading outward. Where it's darker in there and lighter out here. This I'm just pouncing up and down, gently going spaced further apart, away from my tangle and closer together in here. Don't start with them really super close together. You can always come back and fill in later, but you can't take them away if you've made a mistake and made too many dots and it feels too dark. So just start gently. And then come back if you think it needs to be darker. This is a fun and easy way to make your eye feel like there's some shading happening, even though it's just dots. And it's super easy. But it would normally naturally be darker where the items are close together, touching or almost overlapping, and lighter out toward the edge. And that helps build interest and because you already got these lines making it appear dark in the middle, and it looked funny to have it just sort of abruptly stop. So I'm going to do it like this, and then they'll just naturally just kind of taper off and be less dark out in the distance, and closer to my shapes there'll be a darker shade. Like that. And there we go. We have some amoeba. Find a place where I decide I want to sign it. This is A M E E B A, amoeba. And I think I'm going to do just a tiny bit of shading. I'm going to do them just on the bottoms of each of these shapes, what I call the bottom. Just a teeny tiny bit. Just to kind of give them a roundedness. Gotta get myself going here. It's almost time for work. Had a few days off. That was really nice to have a few days off. Had family in town. But today I have to go back to work. And I'm sure they've missed me, because they always say they missed me. So that's kind of nice to go back to work and be appreciated for who you are and be missed. It's kind of nice. It's nice when you go back after a few days off and people have a chance to realize how much stuff you do during the day. You think that you didn't do a lot until somebody else is doing your job, and then you just make it look seamless because you take care of things without them having to ask you to do it. And then when somebody else is there, they don't know that they have to do this, that, and the other thing on top of the things that you've been assigned. And then those other extra things don't get done. So hopefully they will appreciate that I do those other things, be welcoming me back. Okay, that's better. Look at those fun little shapes. This was a good, easy tangle. You can do it. Really, you can. You can do it. Let me zoom in so you can see it nice and close. Scooch that around so it's in the frame. There we go. One amoeba. Have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.